Secretary Rubio, I'm going to show you in a moment a video that shows you just lied to Congress. You are literally talking about issues of war and peace, and Donald Trump is sleeping right next to you. You're lying to Congress, Secretary Rubio, so I'm going to show you another video in a moment.
This is not a routine disagreement over politics. This is a member of Congress confronting the Secretary of State with his own categorical denial, and then putting video on the screen that he says blows that denial apart. Marco Rubio did not say he was unsure. He did not say he couldn't remember. He said he had never seen Donald Trump fall asleep in a meeting. Then Ted Lieu showed the footage, and when Rubio kept denying what Lieu said the cameras were showing, the confrontation stopped being about whether Trump's eyes were closed. It became about credibility, about whether one of the most powerful officials in the country was giving Congress a straight answer while defending the president. Watch Rubio's answer carefully, because the next 2 minutes are where that answer gets tested.
Products they make and what American farmers grow and produce has a fair shot to be sold around the world. On issue after issue, that's been the case. You talk about foreign aid reforms. This is not our money. This is taxpayer money.
Secretary Rubio, have you been at more than one meeting where President Trump has fallen asleep?
That's false. That's false. I've never seen him fall asleep. On the contrary, the guy doesn't sleep, which is a big problem because he calls me at 2 in the morning, he calls me at 5 in the morning, and you know, I like to sleep a little bit, maybe not 12 hours, but at least 6. So he works. The other day he was at the Oval Office until 12:30 p.m., 12:30 a.m. I don't know what you're talking about.
Secretary Rubio, I'm going to show you in a moment a video that shows you just lied to Congress.
Oh, okay.
So this is a video of a cabinet meeting literally from last month where Donald Trump is sleeping while you are talking. Please show this video.
A coalition of countries that line up behind the peace deal, behind the border peace, and it's still every day is a challenge, but it's been driven personally by the president. It's the reason why we're involved in this whole Ukraine-Russia conflict. That's not our war. It's not the president's war. This war started, it never would have happened if you'd been president. But this war is going on, and the president is trying to end it.
You are literally talking about issues of war and peace, and Donald Trump is sleeping right next to you.
No, he's not.
If Donald Trump cannot stay awake at these important meetings where the cameras are rolling, imagine what he's like when the cameras are not there. So I'm going to ask you, have you been at classified meetings where Donald Trump has fallen asleep or had trouble staying awake?
I've never been at any meeting where, and the things you're showing me now, he was not falling asleep. And I think
so
it's
you're lying
that I'm
again.
The Foreign Affairs
You're lying
Committee of the United States House of Representatives
to
asking
Congress
questions about sleep.
You're lying to Congress, Secretary Rubio. So I'm going to show you another video in a moment.
There it is, not a vague answer, not a technical distinction, a flat denial. I've never seen him fall asleep, and that matters because Rubio immediately tried to replace the question with a completely different argument. Lieu asked whether Trump had fallen asleep in meetings. Rubio answered by telling Congress that Trump calls him at 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning, that Trump works late, that Trump barely sleeps. But that was never the question. Someone can work until midnight and still appear to fall asleep in a meeting. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. That is the contradiction Lieu is driving at. Then the second clip appears, with Rubio talking about Russia, Ukraine, peace agreements, questions involving war and peace, while Lieu points to Trump sitting directly beside him with his eyes closed. Rubio still says no, and that is where this confrontation becomes far more serious than a viral clip about a president looking tired. Because Lieu then asks the question Rubio clearly does not want this exchange to become about. What happens in classified meetings? If there is a legitimate concern about whether a president is alert during sensitive discussions, the public deserves facts, not speculation, but facts. And Rubio had every opportunity to give a narrow, careful answer. Instead, he chose the broadest possible defense: never. That word is what traps him, because the stronger the denial, the more important every piece of contradictory-looking footage becomes. And Lieu is not finished. He is about to move from what happens inside Trump's cabinet meetings to what the rest of the world is seeing outside them.
I'll show you another video in a moment. The president's inability to stay awake on the job has caused other countries to perceive him differently. They mock him. They see he is weak and he is feeble. This is a video of a French news channel talking about Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony. Please show this video.
Well, Mark, a video that appears to show Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony this Monday has been circulating heavily online. And internet users have a lot to say about it. It's also reignited rumors about the state of the US president's health. Now, in the video, social media users say that Trump is fighting sleep whilst he listens to the speech given by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and that his eyes appear to be closed for a large portion of the ceremony. Now, we need to remember here that this is a ceremony to honor and remember those US military personnel who have died while serving in the armed forces. And the idea that Trump was asleep at a somber ceremony like this, well, that has triggered outrage online.
Donald Trump's inability to stay awake on the job shows that there's something very wrong with his health or cognitive abilities. And in fact, on a number of occasions, Donald Trump will contradict himself in literally the same meeting or interview. In this video I'm about to show, it shows that Donald Trump says the Iranian military is both destroyed and not destroyed at the same time, something that Dina Titus alluded to. Please show this video.
In terms of leadership, we've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that, because mistakes have been made in wars where you wipe out everybody and then you have a country that's, for 40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with Iraq. We did so. Iran is in a very bad position. They have no military. All they have is good talk, and they have a fake press.
So, Secretary Rubio, instead of holding North Korean-style cabinet meetings where everyone goes around the room kissing Donald Trump's ass, I'm going to ask you to come clean with the American people and the White House as well. There's something wrong with Donald Trump's health or cognitive abilities. There's a reason he keeps going to the hospital and they keep giving him cognitive tests. We have not seen the president in 8 days. The American people deserve the truth. I yield back.
And that is the accusation in its full form. Lieu does not stop at one cabinet meeting. He shows international coverage of Trump appearing to struggle with sleep during a Memorial Day ceremony. He shows another clip that he argues contains a contradiction in Trump's own description of Iran's military. And then he turns back to Rubio and makes the charge explicit. Stop protecting the president. Give the public a straight answer. Now, the footage by itself does not establish a medical diagnosis, and Rubio continues to dispute that Trump was asleep. That distinction matters, but it does not erase what happened in this hearing. Rubio gave Congress an absolute statement. I've never seen him fall asleep. Lieu answered that statement with video after video and accused him twice of lying to Congress. That is the real confrontation, not Democrat versus Republican, not one viral image. Credibility versus evidence. A cabinet secretary choosing an absolute defense of the president and a member of Congress putting images on the screen and demanding that he explain them. And when the subject reaches classified meetings, foreign adversaries, war, peace, and presidential decision-making, trust me, is not enough. The White House can dispute the interpretation. Rubio can insist Trump's eyes were closed, but that he was not asleep. Lieu can argue the opposite. But the American public should not have to choose between competing political assurances when the question concerns the condition and conduct of the person holding the most powerful office in the country. Officials make categorical claims. They own those claims. They defend them. They explain the evidence. And they answer the question that was actually asked, because loyalty is not an answer.